What is that called?
Field, baseball field.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You become who you are surrounded by.
Oh, because I'm working out now, I can eat whatever I want. It's not a positive plus a negative or whatever people say.
Discipline trumps motivation every single day. Do not be led by your feelings. Your feelings will lie, they will come and go, but discipline will remain.
Ugh, like I feel this now.
You also become what you consume. What are you listening to? What are you watching? Thriving in your fitness journey. Welcome to our channel. My name is Alex Marrow. My husband, Troy Marrow, is holding the camera. But today we are going to do a video all about our top 5 tips when it comes to thriving in your fitness journey. So, for the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've been super consistent when it comes to exercise. Troy has grown up playing baseball and doing other sports, and fitness is just a part of, honestly, who he is at this point. So we definitely wanted to share some of the things that we've learned along the way. We make content all about faith, fitness, marriage, and just life in Orange County in general. We are currently looking at a baseball. What is that called?
Field, baseball field.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Baseball fields right now. I almost said baseball court. As well as a running trail. So we're going to go running right after this. But first, we're going to share our tips with you guys, starting with Troy.
Consistency is key when it comes to working out. If you want to work out, you have to be consistent. You have to make up in your mind why you are working out. And so this has to do with everything from how many days a week you're going to work out, what you want to work out, and what does that look like. Do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to lose weight? So something that's important for me is I have a plan right now. I've always had a plan my whole entire life when it comes to working out. If that's a strength coach giving me a plan, if that's me researching a plan, that's what's going to help me to become very consistent. I know with consistency there's going to be results over a long period of time. I just can't say, oh, I just want to get a 6-pack in 3 weeks or 2 months from now. That's not going to be able to drive me, and that's not going to be able to sustain me. So I have to have a long-term goal. And so something that's important for me is to be able to play with my kids one day, to be able to bend down, to be able to throw a baseball with them, be able to run in the backyard with them. And so having a goal for the long term is definitely going to help you out and help you to remain consistent over a long period of time. I remember strength coaches telling me it's all about the process. Enjoy the process, and that's going to help you to remain consistent, knowing that I might not see results in 5 months, 6 months from now, but I might see results 2 or 3 years from now, and knowing that I've put in this hard work is going to help me remain consistent. It's going to motivate me to keep going to the gym every single day when I don't feel like it. Those days where you're tired, those days where you're just like, oh, I don't feel like going today, but you remember that you have set this goal for yourself over a long period of time. It's going to help you remain consistent in all those different areas that you're setting for yourself when it comes to working out.
What does consistency look like for you personally?
Personally, for me, it's saying for myself, I'm going to work out at least 4 to 5 times a week. And it's a non-negotiable that I've set with myself because it's going to allow me to remain consistent. It's become a habit. It's become part of my routine every single day to move my body. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, I have to go lift some weights today. It might be a run. It might be playing basketball. It might be going on an hour walk. And just these small incremental decisions that you make to say, like, all right, I'm going to move my body today is going to allow you to sustain for the long haul.
So our second tip is to set yourself up for success. So what I mean by that is, do you have good gym clothes that you like? Does it fit you well? Do you have good shoes? Do you have socks? Do you have enough sports bras if you're a girl? Do you have a gym membership? Do you have a strength coach if you need one? If you don't know anything about form, if you don't know any exercises that you could do at the gym, do you have a strength coach maybe even for a few months to teach you some form, to teach you some exercises if you don't know what you're doing, just so you can have something under your belt? Do you think that for yourself, in order to remain consistent, do you need to sign up for a workout class? So for example, for myself, when I started to work out consistently, I used to go to a gym called Momentum in Tallahassee, Florida. While I was there, I was going to this gym, and I signed up for a workout class called Elevate. And this class had times, it had a schedule. So basically you had to sign up for a class that you wanted to take. If you were late, you forfeited your spot, whatever. But I literally signed up for a class every single morning, Monday through Friday, for about 3 years straight. And so there was a strength coach or a personal fitness coach, I forgot the name for it, that would teach that class to about a group of 12 to 15 people. And so for 3 years straight, I was basically getting one-on-one personal coaching from somebody who knew what they were talking about. And so I was able to set myself up for success because I knew if I didn't have that, I would be doing the same thing that I was doing for almost my whole life, of walking inside of a gym, being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know any of these exercises. I don't know how to use any of these machines. So I guess I'm just gonna walk on the treadmill, try to run, get out of breath, and then leave the gym, and then do the same thing maybe like 3 days later, and then eventually lose all motivation. So hopefully that made sense, but set yourself up for success. Do you have the right foods? Do you have snacks to sustain you? Do you have a friend to go to the gym with you if that's going to help you? Do you have an accountability partner that if you struggle with being consistent, somebody that's going to check up on you, see, did you go to the gym today? Did you get out and move your body today? Just set yourself up for success. So that is tip number 2. Okay, my next tip is to surround yourself by like-minded people. Honestly, this goes for so many areas of life, but when it comes to the gym or thriving in your fitness, it's really important for you to surround yourself by people that also want to see that in their own life. If they want to steward their body well, if they want to eat well, if they want to just increase their levels when it comes to their cardiovascular system, when it comes to being able to run, when it comes to being able to strength train, to gain muscle, to do all of these things, do you surround yourself by people that want those same things and that will encourage you? So even think about it like me and Troy are Christians. We've talked about our faith before. If we were surrounded by people that weren't going in that same path, if we were surrounded by people that didn't love Jesus, didn't read their Bible, didn't care about any of that, then ultimately it would affect us, right? And so we hear so many times, you become who you are surrounded by. You also become what you consume. What are you listening to? What are you watching? And so it's very important that you surround yourself by people that want those same things. And so it doesn't mean that you have to cut out of your life anybody that doesn't go to the gym, but pick those 2 to 3, however many friends that you need that will encourage you in that way and that are living life in a similar way of working out consistently, moving their body, trying to eat clean, and that will help you in the long run.
Eating clean is essential for you when working out. You just can't say like, oh, because I'm working out now, I can eat whatever I want. It's not a positive plus a negative or whatever people say, like, oh, I'm working out now, I can go eat Chipotle, or I can go to In-N-Out and eat all this and still expect the results that you want to get. Working out does not work that way. If you want to see results over even a short period of time, you're going to have to change what you're eating. And so that's eliminating processed sugars. That's eliminating other foods that you just don't need. And so something that Alex and I are really, really intentional about is making sure that we get enough protein in every single day. And so we have protein with every single meal. This might look like turkey sausage. This might look like regular hamburger at night, or chicken, or whatever meat that we are eating and consuming, but also making sure that we're getting sweet potatoes and making sure that we're getting our vegetables in, but good vegetables too. Just not like, oh, I'm just gonna eat corn, But also, it's like having spinach. It's having even just lettuce, having Brussels sprouts, whatever vegetable that you like. Make sure it's something that has a nutritional value to it. So when you go work out, you are feeling the best that you can feel. Like, I don't want to go to the gym on a Monday after eating like crap the whole entire weekend and be like, ugh, like I feel this now. Like, that does not feel good. And so it's so important just to feel your best and to eat clean and to be able to surround yourself with people that are doing the same thing, because I think that's something we don't talk about as well. Just because my friends are eating this way or my family is eating this way, that doesn't mean you have to eat that way when it comes to your journey and while you're working out. So if you're with your friends and you're at let's say like a Mexican restaurant or whatever restaurant you're at, like find substitutions that are going to fit your goals when it comes to your fitness journey.
And then also, just to add on to what Troy was saying, I wanted to get a little bit more specific and practical with you guys. If you are somebody that is just starting out your fitness journey and you have no idea what clean even means, something practical that you can do is download an app called MyFitnessPal, and maybe do this for a few weeks, maybe a few months, but input everything that you eat. I don't want you to become obsessive about this. That's why I said maybe for a few weeks, a few months. But it is actually very helpful when it comes to figuring out what you're actually consuming. So when I started my fitness journey, I downloaded the app. I would input everything that I was eating, and I realized, like, oh my gosh, I'm not eating enough protein. So if my goal is to gain muscle or just to be stronger, wow, okay, I need to increase the protein that I'm eating and probably decrease the amount of carbs and fat that I was eating. So for me, practically what it looked like is I literally remember having a banana and like 2 huge tablespoons of like almond butter every single morning for like, I don't know how long. And it was just really good. Like, it was yummy. I thought that was a good energy source before I went to the gym. And then when I started putting all of this into my MyFitnessPal, that doesn't have any protein in it. And so that wasn't actually conducive to me strength training. And if you don't know this, banana has a whole bunch of fat in it. And so anyways, it just tells you what you're actually consuming. You might be eating good foods, right? Banana, almond butter, for example. You know, it's okay. It's like good food. Banana is a fruit. Eat your bananas. But if you have certain goals, you have to make sure that the macros, the content of your food is actually conducive to you reaching your goals. So for example, I started doing substitutions. Instead of a banana every day, maybe I would have a banana every once in a while, but the majority of my fruit was berries. It was pineapple. The majority of my protein now, I would actually focus every single meal around protein and then add fruits and vegetables on the side. If you don't know this, vegetables actually are carbs, but they are good carbs. It's good carbs for you, but vegetables compared to rice is different. The content of vegetables is going to be way better for you than the content of rice or bread. Even if it's a wheat bread, sourdough bread, I don't care. If you actually look at the macros of the content of this food, the carbs in vegetables are way different than the carbs in rice, in corn, in grains in general. And so anyway, I just wanted to get a little bit more specific with you guys because I know everybody has a different definition of what they believe clean is. And so it really just helps to document what you're eating, let it tell you this is what it can consist of, and then after that you could actually make educated decisions on what you shall be eating to be conducive to your fitness journey. Okay, and then the last tip that we have for you guys is discipline over motivation. So I know that you've probably heard this before, but discipline will beat out motivation every single time. You might feel motivated. You might have that motivation spark come up every few days, every few months, where you're like, oh my gosh, I really feel motivated to begin this project that I've been thinking about for however many months or years. But that comes and goes. You can't rely on motivation to carry you in the long term. And so I know that it's not fun. It's not the funnest.
It's not glamorous.
Yeah, it's not glamorous to be like, oh, discipline over motivation. I get that. But if you really want to succeed in one area of your life, if you really want to give it your all, if you really care about something, you will use discipline over motivation. So let me prove it to you. Me and Troy, we love Jesus. We read our Bible every single day. We don't wait for the moments where we feel motivated to do so, where we're like, oh my gosh, Jesus, I really need you. I'm suffering. Tell me what to do. You know, I'm in my lowest of lows. Now I'm going to read my Bible because I need you. I need to be reminded of your word. Whatever it is that you need in that moment that is honestly led by your feelings, we actually care about our relationship with Jesus. We care about being shaped into his likeness. We care about having that relationship. And so we are going to be intentional with setting aside time during our day to read our Bible and allowing that to be a discipline, allowing that to be a daily thing that we do very intentionally. You might create a space for this. You might set aside resources to do this. You might put away all distractions, put your phone on silent, all of these things, because you really care about this thing, and this is a non-negotiable. So just like maybe reading your Bible is a non-negotiable in your life, exercise, fitness, other things that you want to do that you want to actually succeed in must also be a non-negotiable as far as discipline, as far as routine in your life. And so, yeah, discipline over motivation. Honestly, I don't feel motivated every single morning to go to the gym, but if I actually want to have a good fitness routine, have a good fitness journey, steward my body well, make sure that I have a good cardiovascular system, good muscle strength, whatever for the long term, then I must set aside time to do that. And so discipline trumps motivation every single day. Do not be led by your feelings. Your feelings will lie, they will come and go, but discipline will remain. And so those are our top 5 tips for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful, but we are actually going to work out now. I think that I'm gonna run a mile. Troy might run longer than me, I'm not really sure. And then after that, we're gonna go to the gym. So we're gonna show you guys a little bit about what we're about to do. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully that was helpful to you. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe for more videos like this, and we will see you next time. Bye.